Mr. Thornberry.
Ms. Morell, in addition to the reasons you were discussing with Mr. Lobiondo and Mr. Rooney on why this is important, there's another area I want to ask you about. We have heard for some time about the involvement of the National Security Council staff in day-to-day running of military operations, intelligence operations around the world. Secretary Gates talks about this very explicitly in his memoirs, and his anger at the micromanagement coming from the same staffers at the White House, and talks about Secretary Clinton's view of the same thing, and others have written about that frustration. You've served as Deputy Director of the CIA, Acting Director of the CIA. Did you experience such frustrations as Secretary Gates and Clinton and others?
So, sir, as you know, the Central Intelligence Agency conducts some extremely sensitive operations. And I routinely discuss those operations with Mr. Brennan and with Mr. McDonough. And I would get asked a lot of questions, just as I get asked a lot of questions here. Yeah. I never felt I was being micromanaged there, nor have I ever felt I was being micromanaged here.
But did you experience or have knowledge of National Security Council staffers directly calling chiefs of station around the world and being down into the day-to-day involvement?
That didn't happen to my knowledge. The interaction between the National Security Staff and the Central Intelligence Agency was almost exclusively, not largely, but almost exclusively from Mr. McDonough and Mr. Brennan to me. And so,
and I guess what I'm wondering is that because of your level? Because we have all these emails that show a variety of people under them that were involved in these talking points and other things. And I guess where I'm going is the light that shines on the day-to-day operations. What does that tell us about not only how this administration works, but the bigger institutional dangers? Because, let me back up for just a second. CIA, 33 years?
Yes, sir.
Right. Would you say that the CIA is more independent today than it was when you entered, or less? From micromanagement, political pressure, and I don't mean be Republican, be Democrat. I mean the influence of the bosses at the White House.
Hard for me to say. Very hard for me to say, because when I started in 1980, I had no contact, association, interaction with the White House. I was 21 years old. Yeah. So it's really a question of my time working with the Bush administration and with the Obama administration. Honestly, sir, I did not see a huge difference in the extent of interest and questions about what it is we were saying analytically and doing operationally between the two administrations.
Well, some of us have been around nearly as long as you and remember Iran-Contra and the difficulties of when operations are run out of the White House, and it raises grave concerns, again, institutional concerns, as important as this incident is, even beyond. And particularly the candid comments of some people who have served high in the administration, I think, raise that, which relates to the topics we're having here today.
Yeah, fair.
Thank you.